First of all, welcome to my channel, The Pseudo Bitsian, and welcome
Thank you
Thevya
for
once
having me.
again. So Thevya basically belongs to fashion industry, I believe, and she's already running a chain of her own. So Thevya, I just want to talk about like how it's been a journey in the fashion industry for you.
Sure. Fashion is something I've always been interested in, inspired. It's something that I express my personality through. So it's something that I have passion for. So initially starting my business, Divya's Collection, we do an Asian apparel online clothing store. It was just for me, my family, I just liked styling people. And then it got to a stage where the stylings, the way I did, was very unique and different. People have asked me, could you buy or could you style me in such a way? So I was like, okay, there is opportunity here. I can make a business out of this. So I initially just invested in a very, very small amount of stock, spoke to a bunch of my friends, just organized a shoot and launched my collection through that. And it was just, I would say it was a hobby at the start, hobby / passion. And then it grew into something I didn't expect it to be. It's still in growing stages. I wouldn't say we're there or we're anywhere that we want to be. You know, I work full time, so the time that I can dedicate to my business is very, very little. So I try to give as much as I can, but I think we have a long way to go. And I've made a lot of mistakes throughout, like hands up, I'm someone that made my mistakes and learned. So taking a step by step, but hopefully, in the next year or so, we are known in the UK for like go-to ethnic wear. That's our goal.
Okay, so
I
I think
literally
that's
sidetracked
pretty
the
good.
question. I'm so sorry.
So I think it's good, right? So making mistakes is the first sign that you are moving in the right direction. So it's
I
any
hope so. Yeah.
Yeah. So how it's been going for you till now? Like what are your plans? Let's say 5 years down the line, where you want to see yourself?
Me as a person or for my business, you're
Of
asking?
course, as a professional in the professional field. Yeah.
Okay, sure. Well, I currently work as a country sales manager for a company called Arbitrip. We are based in Tel Aviv, Israel, and we are the second branch that's opening up outside Tel Aviv. So we are looking after the whole chunk of itself. So I do have a huge responsibility on my head. So what I'm trying to do is kind of establish our brand. When I say our brand, I mean Arbitrip into the UK. We mainly focus on business travelers. So we provide accommodations for business travelers, and we're looking into bringing loyalty schemes and a few other things. So my current aim is to pretty much focus on Arbitrip and TC. That's literally what I'm doing. So in terms of Arbitrip, getting our name out there, it's in starting stages within the UK. So we want to get it out, as maybe Expedia or Booking.com. That's our aim in terms of business travels.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, move up, gain more experience, and work with different people, and just to kind of focus on that side. And then with TC, it's a little bit concerning for me right now due to COVID. Most of our products are made in India and shipped from India. Well, currently, the COVID situation means that all our
Okay, India. Which place in India?
we're in Delhi. We're in South Delhi.
Okay. So you come to India usually?
I've been to India. That was one of the reasons I wasn't. I was traveling. I think I mentioned to you, like I was going
Yeah.
to India at the end of my trip, and
Yeah.
I did go to India. That was my last destination, and it was to go and see my team. Yeah, India's beautiful, but I think I'm finding it a little hard with time difference and few other aspects of work ethics and things like that. So it's a little concerning because I don't know what's going to happen with TC in the next couple of months due to COVID. So I'm hoping everything ends soon and we can go back to working. And we have a few new ideas that we're working on for TC. Hopefully when all of this is over, it will be launched. And I hope I can send you some links of my marketing production later.
Okay. Okay. So for you, what it's like being an entrepreneur? Why not a job? Why being an entrepreneur?
Because I always knew that I want to work for myself. I don't want to retire working for somebody else. I want to spend my time and energy working on my goals and my dreams. I know I have a full-time job that I am dedicated to, but my long-term goal would always be an entrepreneurial woman, have a business that I can settle with, whether it's TC, whether it's something else. I'm 100% sure that I don't want to be retiring working for somebody else. I want to be retiring as a millionaire, which is only going to happen if I have my own business.
Okay, nice, nice. So Divya, so you have been into many things, like you have been a designer, you've been a blogger, then you have been on a solo traveler, right? So, so I just want to know your experience being a female solo traveler. Because it's
Sure. You know what? I have to say this. Quite a lot of people find it really scary that I went traveling alone, solo to these
yeah,
countries.
yeah.
To me, I didn't see it that way. To me, I saw it completely opposite, where I felt like I was exonerated, like I just felt free, liberated when I was traveling. I didn't feel like I was a woman or a man or anything when I was traveling. I just felt like a soul. I just could do whatever I want, meet new people, speak to new people, learn new things, just like how I met you, Shivam, like, just like that. I've met so many incredible souls during this travel. I don't think it's scary. I do think you have to be careful, which is with any country that you travel, and regardless of your gender. But if you are traveling and you are a female, you should already know things that you should and you shouldn't do. And as long as you're careful and you just use a little bit of common sense, I don't think it's such a big deal as it's made out to be.
So what's the best thing you learned while traveling solo?
There are so many things I've learned. The best thing I've learned is oh God, what do I say?
Say the first thing that strikes your mind.
I think it's people skill. I've developed people skill. I can pretty much walk up and speak to anyone without having prior knowledge to who they are or what they're doing. I think it's given me the confidence to just be myself and kind of go and approach a person and be friendly, because I felt like when I was traveling, everyone that I met was just super friendly, super helpful. So I think that increased within me.
Okay. So this country you visited so far, of course, apart from India.
So I started in Myanmar, Yangon, and then I was in Laos, Vietnam, Malaysia, Cambodia. That's where we met. I missed
Yeah.
that one. And then
I was
Malaysia.
waiting.
Was that, sorry?
So I was waiting to hear Cambodia. I thought.
Sorry, Cambodia. Yeah, because I did pretty much towards the end. So Cambodia, Thailand, Malaysia, and then I went back to Thailand, and then I went to Singapore, and then I went India, and I spent my longest time in India.
Okay, so what was the best experience? India?
I would say my favorite experience in India was definitely Kerala. I think the serene, like it was just gorgeous. It was just lakes and coconut trees and fields. It reminded me a lot of my country where I'm from, which is Sri Lanka. I come from the eastern coast of Sri Lanka, which is a little different to the northern parts. We are very tropical. So when I went Kerala, I felt at home, especially with the food and the people. It was absolutely gorgeous. I loved it so much.
So if I may ask, how do you deal with failures?
Ooh, I cry, I suppose. We all start there. Okay, so with me, I am a really stubborn, bad person when it comes to failure. I dwell on it so much. It's just me being very open with you right now. It's not a very good habit that I have, but it's a habit that I would like to change. Initially, I would dwell and I will dwell, and I would get to a stage where I'm like, fuck, I can't do anything about it. So I have to do something. So I'd sit down and find out where I went wrong, because a lot of the time it's you, except circumstances. So I usually think where I went wrong and what I learned, because I feel like every failure you do learn something. And I feel like in all my life, like I learned so much from failing something, and then instead of gaining or winning. So I know when I do fail that I've learned, and the next time I try, I'm going to do it 10 times better. So it gives me the courage and the strength to hit harder one more time.
Okay. So the way you already mentioned in the interview, my last question would be that you have always been dreamt of being working for yourself rather than working for someone else, right?
Totally, yeah.
So if I may ask you, what's your definition of being independent or having freedom?
It comes into two things, I would say. I would say is financial freedom, and I would say time. So those are the two things that I would want to have. Obviously, money Not a lot, enough to just take care of my family, my children. Obviously, I do want to have children eventually. And in terms of time, is to be able to dedicate time to my family or friends without having to worry about making money or having to close a business deal as such. I'd want to have a good balance. I think that's what's really important. I'd want to have a business where I am spending time, but I'd want it my time to be spent with family and friends as well.
Okay. Okay, nice, nice. It was really nice.
Sense.
It was really nice knowing your experiences, Sylvia. So say hi to our viewers. And it was really nice talking to you.
Was
It's really good to see that when women come on top and show the society that how it's like being independent. And of course, we are at par with men. We are not less behind. So really,
you know what? Whole concept of feminism, sometimes I understand and sometimes I feel like as women we do take it a little bit extreme. You know, it's not about we're trying to be better than men. Like I feel like the concept gets so misunderstood. We're just asking for equal rights, you know, just not to be able to just go around knocking people out or just be able to go crazy, just in small things like finding a job, getting that position, you know, in places like that. That's what I really think. So it's not a competition as such, it's just we're all just trying to do better.
thank you, Thevya. Thank you once again. And please do like, subscribe, and always let us know what you want to know. And always please comment whatever you want to know. You have doubt for Thevya, she will get back. Thank you.
I want to say thank you for having me as well and to allow me to express my opinion. I had a really good time. So everyone watch and follow Shivam. He's a